Now let's hit the, before we go into the spot, let's put our simulators down and we'll work on our stance. Okay, Fiore's stance is symmetrical, and you will want the same stance in the right and the left. The baseline stance has the right hip as the power hip, so the left foot is forward, and the right foot is back. You should feel that you've got that back hip is able to be pressed. Now, the way that it stands is, and if you have a problem putting your feet too linear, you can step around a sword. I need to leave some space between my feet. Because if I'm linear, as I would be in fencing, for example, then I'm very strong front to back, but I'm very weak side to side or on the obliques. Well, we're not primarily thrusting, primarily throwing cold strikes or blows. That being the case, you need to be set so that you can accept things coming in from that angle. The way that the core stance is set, my strongest line of defense is along the line of most likely attack by my opponent. So if Diane's going to throw, her most of her blow is going to come this way. I've got that strongly covered with this zone. She can push back as far as she wants, I'm fine, because I won't go anywhere. Now, a couple things in the way your stance sits. The weight should be on the inside of your foot, the front on the ball. Trying not to have the heel pushing onto the ground. Bob likes to say that you can slide a piece of paper on it. That may be a little aggressive for me. I don't mind if you touch the ground, a little weight is there. But so long as you can get that front foot backward quickly. Because in medieval swordsmanship, there is no leg cover. It does not exist. The way that you cover that leg is to slip the leg back and change sides in your stance. It's really that's a Volta rule thing. The front foot can point anywhere from straight to about 30 degrees, whatever's comfortable for you. You'll find sometimes on the board you'll see people having these religious debates about you have to point it right at where you're going to step. Well, if you do that, you're telegraphing where you step. So you put it where it's comfortable for you. So long as your weight is on this inside portion of your foot, that's what I'm mostly concerned about. Roll your foot a little bit to the outside and feel what happens. The knee goes. Once the knee goes, that draws the hip, which draws everything out. So as soon as your weight transfers over that way, you are committed to that spot. Now try and shift your weight from that foot. It's very hard. You have to do a lot of things to get it out of it. Whereas if it's on the inside of the foot, it's just a light little shift. It's not that much. Okay, I'm going to come around and check. Just kind of play with your stance a little bit, and I'll weave in and out. This is very, very important. If your stance is not right, you will not be able to do the posta or any of the footwork. So we'll play with this. Where do you feel it in the foot? What you want to do is you want to try and keep the weight right there. Right in this part of your foot. It's the same thing on this part, right? And you should feel better if you're lighter on your like it a little wider than the shoulders, that's fine. Some people like it a little narrower. Realize that there is no gathering footwork in Fiore's step. There's none of this. It doesn't happen. Why not? Because he wants to wrestle. This is not a really good wrestling position. So what he wants is, and what the way I tend to teach anyway, is that you are basically going to shoulder width or thereabouts, and you always try and maintain that position. So it's not a big deal, but you should be a little bit broader. Yours is wider, but you're taller. So it's you should feel like a buttress in here. Yeah. Think of both legs as a buttress, like on a flying buttress on a church. They're holding your body up. The weight should be on the inside. You should feel it in here on the inside of the thighs and the inside of the calves. That's where the pressure should be. It shouldn't be on the outside.